Woo child, where do I begin? Hey, good morning, everyone. What's going on? It's your girl, Miss Analytical, and I'm coming to you straight out of NYC on this Wednesday morning. So it's getting light. And I'm kind of hungry. But before I eat my breakfast, I have to talk about the events that's been going on with the Jussie Smollett trial. And when I tell you that what I heard on Tuesday, oh no, this went from a criminal trial, in my opinion, to soft gay porn. Yes, I said it. So I'm going to get into the article from the New York Post. Excuse me, I had a cough. I begin to the article from the New York Post because I feel that what they basically disclose, I don't even know at this point about the trial. Like, I really don't care about the trial, but this is some tea. So it reads, Jussie Smollett testifies he and accuser shared drug-fueled nights at gay bathhouse. Jussie Smollett was defiant that there was no hoax when he took the stand Monday on charges that he staged an anti-gay racist attack on himself in downtown Chicago. The former Empire television star, 39, was called to testify in his own defense about the January 2019 attack and vehemently maintained his innocence on day 5 of his trial in Chicago criminal court. There was no hoax, Smollett told the court. What happened to me happened. The actor, who was openly gay and black, described how he was walking home from a subway chain to his apartment on a blistering night around 2 a.m. when he heard someone yell, "Empire!" and "Fucking Empire, nigga." That's what they said. What he saw when he turned around felt like something out of Looney Tunes Adventures, he testified. This person felt significantly larger than me. They were dressed in dark clothes, a ski mask, and I could only see this area, he said from the witness stand, gesturing into his eyes. Smollett stood up and acted out how his alleged attacker came at him and how he defended himself by trying to take a swing. I would like to think I landed a punch, but I know that I certainly threw one, said Smollett, who smiled and giggled in response to a follow-up about his hitting accuracy. The actor said his face was important to his role as Jamal in Empire, which required him to look like a black Cary Grant. I am not a character actor, you know. If I was a character actor, maybe it'd be different, he said. My character was a superstar, a pop star, a beloved GQ, whatever. It was very important that I looked like a black Cary Grant. Smollett claimed that he slipped and fought on the ground for about 30 seconds and then noticed a second person who he believes kicked him before watching both alleged assailants run away. He testified he was under the impression that the first attacker was white because he had used a racial slur and shouted, "MAGA country," a reference to former President Donald Trump's supporters. Smollett said if his creative director, Frank Gaston, hadn't called the police, he would have never filed a report because as a black man in America, he doesn't trust cops, and he was also concerned about looking weak. I am also a well-known figure at the time, and I'm an openly gay man. I'm an actor. I want to play a boxer. I want to play a superhero. I want to blow stuff up, he said. The moment I got beat, I became a faggot who got his ass whooped. Smollett, dressed in the same outfit he wore on day 3 of the trial, a dark blue suit, light blue shirt, and a burgundy tie, testified for more than 5 hours and kept a cool demeanor, while his lead defense attorney, Inye Uche, peppered him with questions. He spoke comfortably about his career in show business. name-dropped numerous high-profile individuals, and at times answered flippantly when he made jokes about driving and texting while stoned and how good of a punch he can throw. He compared testifying at one point to being in the VIP section at clubs and said it felt like being a monkey in a cage. "You're just in a box with everybody looking at you," he told jurors. Prosecutors alleged the attack Smollett described was actually a stage hoax that he paid two brothers, Mbimbola and Olabinjo Osundaro, $3,500 to carry out to get attention on the set of Empire. Smollett insisted on Monday that the check he'd given Mbimbola, which prosecutors claim is proof that he paid him to carry out the attack, was for fitness and nutritional coaching, nothing more. "Basically, I turned to him and said, 'You should just be my trainer.' He agreed." Smollett said, "I think I took my shirt off and showed him my little fat belly, and he said, he could do it." Smollett claimed that Mbimbola had offered to get him an herbal steroid that's illegal in the U.S. to help with his weight loss, and the infamous text messages he sent him that prosecutors said was proof he staged the crime. "Might need your help on the low," was in regards to the drug. During the January 27th meeting that the Osundaros alleged was a dress rehearsal for the hate crime hoax, Smollett testified he had a workout session planned with Mbimbola that day and used the opportunity to give him the check for his personal training services. Smollett claimed that he picked up the two brothers and they ended up just driving around smoking blunts before he dropped them both off. The defense has suggested that Osundaro brothers were motivated to attack Smollett and accused him of staging a hoax for a number of reasons. They have asserted the brothers are homophobic, wanted to scare Smollett into needing pricey personal security services, and wanted to avoid charges of committing a hate crime. They also claimed the brothers later saw an opportunity to make money and told Smollett they'd be willing to make this all go away and not testify against him if he agreed to pay them $1 million each. Prosecutors, however, say that the brothers were just trying to help Smollett out in the hopes he'd further their own budding acting careers, and they felt indebted to him after the actor helps Mbimbola get a better role on the set of Empire. During his testimony Monday, Smollett talked about his drug-fueled partying lifestyle and revealed he and Mbimbola did cocaine together and hooked up on the first night they met at a club in the fall of 2017. "We were in a club. You go to the bathroom, go to the stall, do a bump, and then just kind of keep going in, and then we went to the bathhouse," Smollett said, referring to the gay spa Steamworks. While the bathhouse in Chicago's Boys Town neighborhood, the pair went into a private room where there was gay pornography on the screen, Smollett said. "We did more drugs and made out," Smollett said, adding that there was touching and things like that, but that the sexual encounter didn't go further until their next trip to the bathhouse. During that encounter, Smollett testified they pleasured themselves. "We went alone this time. We got a private room again. We did drugs and made out a little bit, and this time we masturbated together," he said. Last week, Mbimbola was called to testify as a prosecution's star witness and said under oath that he was heterosexual and he and Smollett never had a sexual relationship together. He was also asked about whether or not they'd pleasured themselves together at Steamworks, and Mbimbola denied it, but did acknowledge they'd gone to the spa together in the past. Smollett testified that on the night of their second bathhouse visit, he met Osundaro's older brother, Olabinjo, at a female strip club earlier in the evening. Mbimbola was whispering like, "Let's make a break," and we left, Smollett recalled. When asked about whether Olabinjo knew about the spa escapades, Smollett said, "The assumption was, of course, he didn't because we had to sneak out." The actor claimed that he was embarrassed about the lifestyle he led when he was asked by his attorney if he regretted his drug use. "Of course, I'm sitting here in front of a jury in front of my mom having to explain it," he said. Smollett appeared mostly calm and confident when Uche questioned him about his rise to fame on Empire, his childhood and the night of the alleged attack. But while under cross-examination by Special Prosecutor Dan Webb, he grew emotional when denying the allegations. I have such an issue with people who weaponize sexuality. So that's just not my scene. That's just not how I roll, he said. I told him the truth, that I was the victim of a hate crime. Webb referenced testimony from the emergency room doctor who treated Smollett and found he didn't suffer serious injuries, drawing an emotional response from the actor who said his injuries were absolutely significant. I have a scar that has not healed under my right eye. 3 years later, I have blackness around my left eye that has not healed. My injuries were real, he barked. Last week, detectives from the Chicago Police Department testified about Smollett's reluctance to hand over his phone records, medical reports, and a DNA swab, and Webb zeroed in on that late Monday, asking why he didn't cooperate fully. I cared more about my privacy, and that's the truth, Smollett said. He added that he was wary of providing information to the police after numerous leaks about the case came out, and he received a text message from CNN host Don Lemon who told him cops said they didn't believe the actor's story. Smollett also disputed the officer's testimony and said he was only asked for phone records from an hour before and an hour after the attack, not his complete phone data. I'm not here to judge that, Smollett said when asked if the officers gave false testimony. Webb cross-examined Smollett for an hour before the case broke for the evening and will continue his examination on Tuesday. The actor is facing 6 felony counts of disorderly conduct for lying to police, and if convicted, faces up to 3 years in jail. Okay, so I'm going to start with one of the most important things of the story. I believe Jussie Smollett when he's talking about his experience with Emin, the brother Emin. I can't pronounce their names for the life of me. But I believe his experience when he's talking about Emin Bola. And I'm going to tell you why. Jussie Smollett was in Hollywood. Why would he lie about being in a sexual relationship with this dude who's not famous, who was trying to be put on by Jussie? Jussie could have got any man he wanted in terms of his status as, in my opinion, he was a C-list actor. He could have got any gay man, any gay black man in Hollywood. Okay? Why would he just lie and say, oh, I was messing with this dude, and it's not the truth? And why would he admit in court that he would mention in court about the gay bathhouses? Now, if y'all know about the Chicago gay bathhouses, that's in Boys Town. I did my research on Steamworks, and boy, it's extremely scandalous. And he wasn't lying about those photos in those rooms, the pornography rooms. I've seen the photos, not of the men being naked, but the room where they have sex. Okay? Why would he say that in front of his mother? Why would he want to say that truth in front of his mother? Because I believe that. I do believe he was doing drugs, because I remember scenes in Empire when Homeboy would look geeked out. I don't know if y'all remember some of the episodes when you go into season 3 and season 4 and even a little bit of season 5, but he looked geeked out. I remember he was looking geeked out. Now, here's the take that I feel about the whole beat up and whatever, the attack. I believe that they did this shit, the brothers, and I believe that it's a little different in terms of the scenario, in terms of the setting. I believe that they did jump him. I don't believe he paid them to jump him. I don't believe it. I believe that he did it. I believe that they jumped him because of 2 reasons. And I said this before. One, I believe it was a paid job. Okay? I believe that somebody, because this is something that I read in the blogs when this first happened, that the DNC approached the brothers to beat up Jussie Smollett to take down Trump's second chances of being reelected. Another thing, too, was that once they gathered Jussie and they, attacked him whatever with the noose and so forth, they had let Jussie know, listen, you got to get on code with this whole situation, because if a lot of people don't know it, Jussie is linked with the DNC in terms of a particular person who was running for president at that time. And no, I'm not talking about Biden. I'm not talking about Klobuchar. I'm not talking about Gabbard. I'm talking about the female who is now in office, if you get my drift. And this has been an allegation that's been going on for the past 2.5 years, that this whole thing was a setup to take down Trump, and that the brothers were approached, and then they told Jussie to get on code, because if you want to keep your job working in Hollywood and you want to keep your secrets underground, you need to support a particular individual who's running for president, which they didn't have anything against her, and they actually were in support. But things started unraveling because Kim Fox, they couldn't really buy Kim Fox. If you remember the whole thing with Kim Fox, it wasn't, Kim Fox caved in because she got the phone call from Tina Shin, who used to work in the White House under the Obama administration. And she told them, those are my friends and we're family friends and you're going to drop the charges. Kim Fox was ready to get all their asses. But you notice they only getting Smollett because the brothers turned on them for state evidence. They turned on him, not for state evidence, so that they won't have to be charged. But see, here's the real tea. The real tea is that if Jussie is convicted, then this shit can go to the feds. Because remember, there's one thing that everybody made a mistake on. They involved the United States Postal Service. Okay? That's mail fraud. Okay? That's mail fraud. And then created a noose and then lied about a sitting president. And then saying that a MAGA supporter was doing this. And this is going to be scandalous, because I believe that Jussie is going to go to jail. I believe that. I believe he's going to be convicted. And I believe he's going to be doing some serious time. And Jussie said, I ain't going down for this alone. And he never changed the story. But the only thing is that he's been going along with it because of powerful people behind the scenes. That's what it is. So, this is your girl, Miss Analytical. And by the way, I want to say what I'm saying has been, I'm not saying that it's, the exact, but this is stuff I've read, and that's the tea. So, don't get at me for that. Just do the research, because I did the research at the time. So, with that being said, your girl, Miss Analytical, I'm signing off. Thank you for listening to this commentary. Thank you for supporting my channel. Hit the like button, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And I'll be back soon. Take care and have a great day.